Well, you may have seen me out, but I would never put myself in a position to get hurt or be caught. I would never hold hands or do anything improper in public. So everything I did personally was private. I made sure of that. I won't send a naked picture, a naked video, anything because it may possibly get out, and I didn't want to take that chance back then. Now, who cares?
But Brat sat in front of the camera, her hands trembling as the weight of the moment pressed down on her. The world had already seen her life unravel after the viral leak of Judy's alleged tape, and now it was her turn to speak. Her voice was heavy with emotion as she began. I never imagined I'd be standing here talking about this, but the truth needs to be told. She paused, fighting back tears before continuing. Judy's actions destroyed everything I thought I knew about our relationship. And it's time I share that with the world. A single tear slid down her cheek as the pain in her eyes made it clear how deeply this had cut her. What she did to me, what she did to us, changed everything. This is the end of something that was once so beautiful. Her voice broke as she described the moment she realized her trust was gone. I thought we had something unbreakable. I thought Judy was the one person I could trust more than anyone. But then everything changed. Her words grew heavier. The moment I found out about the tape, everything came crashing down. To have something so private exposed to the world, it broke me. Brat wiped her face, the pain still raw. The hardest part wasn't just the tape. It was the betrayal, the lies, the things Judy hid from me. I thought I knew her better than anyone, but she betrayed me in the worst way possible. Her voice trembled with both sorrow and anger. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a choice. And that choice destroyed everything we had. She paused, eyes glistening with tears, her tone shifting from heartbreak to bitterness. When I found out, it wasn't just the tape, it was everything around it. The lies, the deceit, the fact that she didn't tell me the truth. She didn't think I would ever find out, and that's what hurt the most.
I love you, and of course I love her, and I don't like the tension. Because she seen me hurting over the interview you just did. What happened in that interview you did? I don't want them to get the reaction that you give. Because after you did your interview, bloggers and interviewers, they like, you ain't talked to your sister, but I was like, I talk to my sister every day. Whether I talk to you every day or not, we good. Don't worry about it.
Brat's anger simmered just beneath the surface, though her voice tried to stay steady as she opened up about the emotional storm she had been carrying. She didn't just break my heart, Brat said, her voice low but sharp. She broke my trust. And once trust is gone, there's nothing left. Her hands shook as she tried to hold her composure. Her eyes reflected disbelief, almost as if she was still trying to process the cruel twist her life had taken. How could someone I loved, someone I trusted more than anyone, do something like this to me? I gave her everything. I supported her. I defended her. I stood by her side. And she took all of that for granted. She shook her head slowly, still stunned by the reality. I don't even know who she is anymore. The person I thought I knew, she's gone. The moment Brat discovered the truth was not one single explosion, but rather a collection of small unsettling pieces that didn't fit. She spoke about the late nights, the unanswered phone calls, the way Judy's tone had changed, her distance, her secrecy. Something was off, but Brat didn't want to believe it. She told herself she was overthinking, that the love they had built was too strong for such doubts. But then came the moment that shattered all illusions. I didn't go looking for it, Brat admitted, her voice cracking as she wiped her face. But when I saw the tape, I knew everything had been a lie. Her words hung in the air, heavy and heartbreaking. That moment was the turning point, she whispered. It was the moment I realized everything I thought was real was just an illusion. Everything I had built my life around, every promise, every word, it all fell apart in front of me. She looked down, tears slipping from her eyes. I couldn't unsee it. I couldn't pretend anymore. The truth was right there, and there was no going back. When Brat confronted Judy, she hoped at the very least for honesty. She hoped Judy would own up to her mistake, acknowledge the pain she had caused, and maybe, just maybe, show some shred of remorse. But what she got instead was denial. She looked me in my face and denied it, Brat said, her voice rising with both anger and sorrow. She tried to tell me it wasn't true, that I was overreacting, like what I saw with my own eyes didn't matter. The denial only made the wound cut deeper. Brat already had the evidence. There was no way for Judy to hide from it. Yet, Judy's refusal to acknowledge the gravity of the situation felt like another slap in the face. She kept saying it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything. Brat recalled, bitterness dripping from her voice. But how could it not mean anything? It meant everything. She betrayed me. She betrayed us. To Brat, this was not some small lapse in judgment that could be swept under the rug. It wasn't a drunken error or a one-time slip. This was a decision, a deliberate choice. It wasn't just a mistake, she said firmly, her eyes narrowing as she struggled to keep the tears from falling again. It was a choice, and that choice changed everything, forever. What hurt even more was Judy's attempt to minimize it, to act as if their entire relationship, their love, their family, their bond could be tossed aside like it didn't matter. Brat's voice cracked with pain as she asked, how could she minimize something like that? How could she act like it wasn't a big deal? The emotions she carried were raw: anger, sadness, confusion, betrayal, all swirling together into a storm she couldn't escape. The betrayal itself was enough to break her, but the lies, the secrets, and the attempts to cover it up, that was what truly destroyed her. It was all too much, Brat confessed, taking a shaky breath. It wasn't just the tape. It was the lies that followed. The way she looked me in my eyes and tried to tell me I was wrong. That hurt more than anything, because it told me she didn't respect me enough to tell the truth. Once the affair and the leaked tape became public, the devastation multiplied. Suddenly, what had once been a private heartbreak was now a worldwide spectacle. When it came out, it was like the ground shifted under me, Brat said quietly. I couldn't hide. I couldn't protect myself. The whole world was watching, and the pain I felt in private was now out there for everybody to see. Every time she looked at Judy after that, the weight of betrayal sat heavy on her chest. I couldn't look at her the same way anymore, she admitted. Every time I saw her, all I could think about was the betrayal, the lies, the tape, and the fact that the person I trusted the most made me feel like a fool in front of the entire world. Brat and Judy tried to fix things, at least for a while. We tried to make it work, she said softly, her tone filled with regret. We tried to move forward, but no matter what we did, the betrayal was always there, hanging over us like a dark cloud we couldn't escape. Every conversation turned into a reminder. Every smile felt forced. Every touch felt hollow. The emotional distance grew wider with every passing day until it became unbearable. As the public learned about the situation, the reaction was instant. Fans flooded social media with words of encouragement and heartbreak for Brat. She doesn't deserve this, one fan wrote. She's been through so much already. Judy's betrayal is unforgivable, another said. Brat is strong for speaking out. She's showing the world that even in pain, you can stand tall. It wasn't just fans. Celebrities began voicing their support as well. One well-known figure said, what Judy did was wrong. Brat deserves better, and I stand with her. Another added, her strength is inspiring. She will rise from this. The support was overwhelming, wrapping Brat in a blanket of love during her darkest moment. It means everything to me to have the support of my fans and friends, Brat shared, her voice soft but grateful. It gives me the strength to keep going, to not give up on myself. Despite everything, Brat refuses to let this betrayal define her future. I'm not going to let this break me, she said firmly, a spark of determination in her tone. I've been through a lot in my life. I've fought battles people know nothing about. And this is just another chapter. It's not the end of my story. She is now focusing on healing, rediscovering herself, and reclaiming her power. I'm taking time for me, she said. I'm focusing on my healing, on rediscovering who I am without all this pain weighing me down. I won't let this betrayal be the thing that controls my future. I'm going to come out stronger, no matter what. Her voice grew steadier, almost hopeful. I know I'll get through this. I know I'll find happiness again. And I won't let anyone take that away from me. The story of Brat and Judy's unraveling is not just about betrayal, it's about resilience, strength, and the power of truth. It's about a woman who was knocked down, humiliated, and betrayed in the worst way, but who still found the courage to stand tall, speak her truth, and fight for her healing. And while the scars will remain, so will her strength.